This video is a little bit long overdue. Specifically because, well, it's been over a week now since we had that Nintendo Direct. That was a very good Direct. An excellent Direct. It had a lot of cool stuff in it. But what I want to talk about today specifically is Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Now, this is a subject that is near and dear to me. I love Fire Emblem, and I love Fire Emblem houses. So, going into this video, I'll warn you now, there will be massive spoilers for Fire Emblem houses. So, I'm going to count to 5. There will be spoilers. If you don't want spoilers, then please leave the video. Alrighty, now that we've had our little spoiler warning out of the way, let's discuss Fire Emblem Warriors. This game is being marketed by Nintendo as... To me, it feels like they're referring to it as a side story. Or an alternate universe. An alternate universe may be more accurate. But either way, what has me concerned is whether they'll change the story or not. There's actually a lot of complexity in houses. That's one of the reasons it's still debated today. Now, I play Fire Emblem, or Fire Emblem Heroes, rather, quite a bit. And I love that game. It's a wonderful game. And Intelligent Systems has done some interesting things with it. That hint, to me at least, that they won't really be changing the story. But one thing we know for certain is that Edelgard is a very popular character. And she's also, I strongly believe, the most popular villain in all of Fire Emblem. And yes, I genuinely think she's villainous. She's a tragic villain. She wants to do good. But she thinks she knows the truth, but she doesn't. The beginning of the game, the very, very beginning of the game, when the house leaders are trying to Lilith, Claude even foreshadows the serious character flaws that both Dimitri and Edelgard have. They're both very naive about different things, mind you. But Dimitri doesn't argue the fact that he could. He doesn't. He isn't offended by it because he likely suspects, but he's a lot more humble than Edelgard. But Edelgard, she immediately hears the word naive in reference to herself, and takes umbrage. She is offended because she can't possibly be naive. She knows everything. She knows who the goddess's children were, and that they were all evil and enemies of humanity. Rhea's an evil dragon who needs to be slain. But if you play through the Black Evil House, if you play their route, whether you're on Crimson Flower or not, she questions it a bit. Specifically, and specifically when when Flame attacks her in the Holy Tomb. If you use Flame to attack her, then she's quite upset about fighting Flame. She doesn't want to, but she does it anyway because her ideals are more important than anything else, and they're not to be questioned. She is incapable of questioning herself. Because, in large part, if she questions herself, then she'll lose her nerve. And she believes this is something she has to do. Starting to. And that's her character. And honestly, she's a good character. She genuinely is. There's a lot of complaints and a lot of debate, but Edelgard genuinely is a good character. There are a lot of good characters. I don't dislike any of the characters in Fire Emblem Three Houses, but generally I don't dislike characters. If I like something, I like it. I don't tend to criticize it much. But Edelgard, she is a villain. She doesn't think she's a villain. Real villains generally don't think they're villains. But Edelgard is a villain. And I don't want them to take that from her, because I think she works very well in that role. She's a tragic villain. But I don't know. I don't know what to expect. Are they going to go all in on her fame and claim she's some sort of hero, which they sort of do in the game when I don't think it happens in Azure Moon Route, but when go to fight Edelgard in her palace, in the other routes, Sedith talks to you, and you're given the option of saying, I wish we could join Edelgard, or I wish I could walk alongside Edelgard, or I don't want to kill you. Personally, I wouldn't. Her actions are unjustifiable. But, generally I say I don't want to kill you, because there's not another option. But I just don't know. She's an extremely popular character, and they could easily write it to make her look more heroic. But they haven't done that necessarily in Fire Emblem Heroes. They've had other characters, like Lissa, make her question herself a little. But I think the legendary version of Edelgard even says something along the lines of perhaps there was a different way, but she still doesn't regret what she did. I mean, there was a different way. Rhea wanted to retire. She knew that she had caused problems. She worked for 1,000 years for the good of Fodlan as hard as she could, and she wanted to retire. Edelgard, had she not started the war, could have potentially taken Rhea's place if she had proven herself. But and that's one of the things that makes Edelgard's actions unjustifiable. Because if she had just talked to Rhea, or even Flame or Seteth, she could have learned some things, but she thought she knew everything she needed to know. So she went through with her plan, regardless of the consequences. I just hope they don't write that off. And I don't think they will. I really don't. Because, again, I play a lot of Fire Emblem Heroes, and in the most recent Legendary, we got from Three Houses, which was Legendary Byleth, female version. That banner specifically had both the male version of Legendary Byleth and Saros. So, as we all know, the true canon route is Silverstone. And Rhea is the best. Anyway, thank you for listening to me, and have a very good day.